Amalgamated gemstones are a nice source of daily income. The way it works is that you will get a hero chest from various meta events and gemstones are in their content. Simple as that. You can get one per day per map, so as right now, it's up to 8 gems every day. With other loot along the way, you can end up with more than 20 gold with just a little effort. All these meta events begin at fixed times. You can jump maps and do them one after another. You can see all times here, and I've also put a link down below for timer on the wiki. Pretty much all of those events require at least semi-organized groups, and organized maps fill up pretty quick, so you have to keep eye on LFG always at least 10 minutes before events start in the timer. Meta events in the Verdant Brink are split between day and night. I have a detailed guide for the entire thing, so if you want to participate, check it out, a link is down below. However, for the amalgamated reward, all you need to do is kill one of the night bosses what spawn with 20 minutes on the night timer. The easiest one is Matriarch above the Pact Encampment waypoint. Just use the chopper what lands nearby. Terror meta in the Auric Basin is also long and complex, and again, if you wanna participate in its entirety, I have a full guide. For an amalgamated reward, you don't have to participate at all, because it will be in the first grand chest what you will open, and those are available under the Forgotten City waypoint for everyone after meta is done. All you have to do is find a finished map. However, you will need keys, so meta farm every now and then is necessary. Same as before, the Tangled Depths meta is very long and complex, and again, you don't have to participate in the entire thing, but I have a guide if you want to. The important part is the final Chuck Garand rush. Choose one of the 4 lanes what spreads from the Leyline Confluence waypoint and deal some damage to Garand itself when it pops up from the ground. Then wait till all the lanes finish and loot the final chest near the waypoint. Dragon's Den meta is also long, and technically you have to participate only in the final fight with Mouth of Mordremoth. But it's almost impossible to find a spot in the map in that stage, so in most cases you have to participate in the entire meta. It's easy and straightforward. You pick one of the lanes, escort NPCs, destroy 3 towers, and then fight the boss. I have a full guide if necessary. Choya Piñata in the Crystal Oasis is the fastest and easiest of all events mentioned here. It spawns next to Amnoon waypoint shortly after successful Casino Blitz meta. Blitz itself is about collecting coins in 3 rounds in the city area, but for the Amalgamate reward you don't have to participate. The Path of Ascension meta in the Elon Riverlands is really long and annoying, and if one of the events isn't really worth it, it's this one. It begins near the Augury's Shadow waypoint with several escorts, clearing and defense events centered around follower Kaidena. What ends up with entering Ancient Teleport, what brings you inside the Augury Rock. There you have to kill Branded Joso Escher, but that is not the end. Now you have to wait quite some time for the final part of the meta, the Doppelganger. It begins with collecting of escaped magic, and once it's done, one random player from pretty much the entire map will be chosen and his legendary version will spawn as an enemy and start to chase him. If the player dies or leaves the area, the event will fail and restart with a new target. The amalgamated loot requires just the kill of Doppelganger. There are 2 meta events in the Desolation, Junun the Rising and Maw of Torment. They are equally long and both will reward you with Amalgamate. But remember, you will get only one per map, so you can choose between those two events. Junindu Rising starts a southwest from the lair of the Forgotten Waypoint with collecting of sulfur for 3 separate events. You should deposit to all 3 for maximum loot. After that, you just join one of the big worms, kill few champions and sieges nearby and loot 2 chests in the fort and firebase. Maw of Torment begins just south from the Darklands waypoint. 3 separate escorts will head towards the portals inside the Mouth of Torment. Once you are in the portal stage, kill mobs, pick up residue, grab spike from the barrel and apply it on the portal. After you close all 3 portals, Legendary Forge Demolisher spawn a bit northeast. Kill him for your amalgamate. In the Domain of Abbey are again 2 meta events to choose from, and one is significantly shorter than the other, so let's start with it. It's called Forge with Fire, and it all happens in a small area inside the Foundry, northwest from the Necropolis waypoint. You have to kill cannons, commander and 2 legendary hounds on the end. Fast and easy. The second meta, the Serpent's Ire, happens in the Grand Court of Sabokeh, north from the Market Ruins waypoint. First, you have to find and defeat 5 Forgotten Zealots. They spawn randomly in the entire area. Once it's done, they move into the middle. They will split into 5 different spots, and players with a lot of CCs have to kill them as fast as possible. And in the last part spawn the legendary Yishi Hesani and his pet Hydra. Yishi often switch between melee and range resistance, so be prepared for that. Kill them both and get the amalgamate reward. That's all I had for today, so if you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe or leave a comment and stay tuned for next time.